Hello everyone, this is Pyro Bear again. So we are continuing with our Project Ozone 3 modded Minecraft playthrough. So let's jump right into the world. And as always, I'll put some music in the background. And I'll put the credits to the video, not the video, the music in the description as well. So let the world load in and I'll get that music going. Now we might have to, bear with a little bit of, how can I say, pixel bleeding a bit. I'm trying to optimize that a bit now. My internet has been really weird as of late, but I've done quite a bit of different changes to the video settings and OBS. And for the most part, it looks fine, but we start to see a lot of the pixel bleeding effects, especially when I'm flying now. It's like it's too fast. But hopefully it's still watchable. If it's not, I understand. And you guys don't have to watch. But okay, so let us look at what we need to do next, right? So I'm seeing my inventory. I have injured biotite seeds, so I need to go grow those. And last time we were going to go to the Erebus and get that one part that I needed for the wand of animation, so I can start working towards my end goal for the series, which is all of the final armors and weapons and stuff like that. So let's see here. I'm gonna do also. I did just finish one of the Resident Evil games a couple minutes ago, actually. So I finished the original Resident Evil 2 playthrough. So I put those parts up on my YouTube channel. There's only 2 parts. So feel free, if you have never seen Resident Evil 2, the original, watch those. The next Resident Evil game that will start up will be Resident Evil 2 Remake. And that one is significantly longer compared to its original. We will look into that soon. Actually kind of works out too, because I kind of have a really long weekend from work. So I can probably get that started. Now, I say that, and the thing is though, is that I have the Resident Evil 2 remake on my PS4. I have not loaded up my PS4 in years, so hopefully it still works and stuff. My controllers are fine and things like that. So that's hoping, right? I do not want to rebuy it. I know I can rebuy it on Steam. It's like $40. I don't feel like doing that right now. I haven't checked GOG to see if it's cheaper, but it would be nice to have a PC version of it at some point. Yeah, I read a comment from one of my previous videos, and yes, I relate to the commenter in terms of admin issues and stuff. So I do read my comments. I never really disclosed what my job is yet, but I'll give you a hint. So it's higher education. Let's just say that. And yeah, it is. Oof, it's a thing. Let's just say that. Okay. If you're ever curious about the details of my job, we can always chat about it at some point. Either just in the actual physical chat, type it up. Okay, so the next steps in terms of what I need to do, right? So just to remind everybody. So remember, we finished the armor that I want for right now. That's done. We are working our way all the way down to Psi, right? And this is where I would need to make all these beautiful singularities and things of that nature. And there's a lot that we got to do in order to do that. So yeah, these are like all the legendary infinity type weapons and stuff like that, and the sword, infinity sword, things of that nature. But it's a lot that we have to do to get to that. The big problem that we're going to run into is that we had to find a way, right, to make all these singularities reliably fast, right? So in a previous playthrough, what I do, and this is not the only way to do it, but I use a combination of energy condensers here from Project E, and I use the wand of animation here, which it animates a block and it makes them a monster basically, and then you can duplicate that monster in, like, I don't know if you've seen my previous episodes, but in this little contraption here, where I just have a mob duplicator in the middle, it's being fed something called essence, and you need essence. You can get essence by converting EXP from like mob spawners and stuff like this. Just from a little machine here, it converts liquid XP to essence, and then it will just keep copying monsters over and over and over again. So that's a really easy way to make blocks of different things, because you need those to make the singularities, right? So I basically would need to duplicate this somewhere else. So that's like nearing the end of this series. But before we get to that point, we gotta make the wand of animation. We also have to make a philosopher's stone as well, and we can start tackling some of those. So I have them both here. Remember also, if you missed the previous episodes, I had to spawn in the item that is part of the wand of animation, because this is the item that you get from killing the antlion overlord in the Erebus. I built a portal to the Erebus. This is the bug dimension, by the way, and it is totally broken. I went in there, everything's flat, nothing spawning in. Don't know what's going on with that. So I'm not going to sit down and troubleshoot a dimension that I absolutely hate. So I just went in and just spawned in one of these. You only need one. The other thing I spawned in was jade, because you get that from the Erebus as well, and that was not spawning in. So that soft locked us out the game, basically. So I unsoft locked us out of the game. We're just spawning in one of those. So jade you can grow, right, as a seed, and I have that going over here. Sorry if there's lag or anything like that. So jade is being grown. I'm making jade essence. I'm actually making lots of jade over here, so we can see how much has been made. What's jade? Ooh, that's a lot. 78,000. Okay, that's good. We will need a lot of jade. We need jade because in order to do the crafting that we need to start making things for the philosopher's stone, here, by the way. So yeah, we need to make, what is these called? Crystalline ingots, and you need an elite crafting table to do that. In order to make an elite crafting table, you have to go through all the tiers of extended crafting, and you're gonna need a lot of this material. So black iron ingots, and in order to make black iron ingots, we need to use ender crafting. And ender crafting is really cool looking, but you need ender biotite, and you need jade and iron. So we have a lot of iron, we have a lot of jade, and I need to make a farm of ender biotite, so we're gonna need a lot of that. Okay, so let's do that first, and then I'll discuss what we need to do next. Okay. So let's see. I was actually really heavily contemplating of just recording these episodes and not streaming them because of the weird graphic issues I was having. I think for the most part I kind of fixed it, but it's something up with some recent changes in our internet here that is making my life harder. But I mean, if I could just record it, I don't have to worry about any of that, and I'll just upload the episodes. But I missed the streaming interface, obviously. So let's see, that's what I need. I need a crafter. Need energy. Okay, got a barrel. I need an item barrel. I'm missing something. Switch. Cobblestone. Not cobblestone already. Let's make a switch. Tomorrow. Actually, not tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Sorry. I might not stream because I have company coming over tomorrow, and that takes up all my time. So I have to deal with that. And I still need to tidy up my place too. So that's gonna take up some time. Okay, so I think, oh, power, and I need lily pads and water. Gotcha. Plant gatherer. Oh, am I out of? I am. I'm out of range upgrades. Okay, so let's make some more of those. Plastic. And I need glass paint. I'm not doing something right. Hold on. No, that's right. Yeah. 11. I don't know why these don't stack. You can't like augment them or anything like that. But yeah, in terms of my job, I'm trying to, unfortunately, I think I'm going to start moving more to an industry-based job. Like I like higher ed and stuff like that, but it's not the pay, even with really advanced degrees, which I have, it's still not optimum. Just in case if anybody is thinking about getting into that field, this is me being real with everybody. Yeah, that the pay is, and the pay upgrades are really slow. They are. And I was really frustrated because I was looking at, like, you know, people that get the same degree that I have, but they go into industry and they make like considerably much more than I would make starting up. And I was like, well, that ain't cool. That's not fair. Why is that? So I like helping people and stuff like that, but if the job paid a lot more, I would stay, but it does not. And you know, everybody is struggling right now with just money overall, and it's hitting everybody, not just, you know, middle to low income people, but everybody. But you know, I'm trying to like be positive though, and this is why I do this streaming thing, because I love gaming. I always loved gaming ever since I was a kid. I started up gaming when I was like 4 or so. 4 or 5, something like that. We started off with gosh, our dad got us into it. What was it? It was a Commodore 64 computer. That's what we started off with. So, aging me again, right? This is like when you actually had to have like actual floppy disks that were soft and floppy. You had to know, run the disk, run the program. You know, you couldn't just like put a cartridge in and just hit, you know, turn the power on. You had to actually write a line of code to get it to go. Yeah, it was weird. Did I not bring crop sticks? No, I have some. There's not enough. And then let's see. Next console we got after that. Well, actually, our first console. I don't think the Commodore 64 is not a console; it's just a computer. But first console we got was the Sega Master System, where we were playing like games like Rampage and Parlor games and touchpad football or something like that? Just weird. Then we moved to an NES. And then we upgraded to a Super Nintendo. And then we got a Sega Genesis after that. And then I bought The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time for the N64 before I had an N64, because it was on sale and I wanted to just have it. And we grabbed Smash Brothers for the N64 before we had a console. Our gym teacher let us borrow his N64, so over the summer we could play the games. It was nice of him. Till we got our own. Ten. Perfect. Okay, so that's growing. And I talked about this kind of like in some of the really early episodes of this series, sorry. That we actually, my brothers and I, started recording games on VHS when we were little and added music and stuff to it. It was actually pretty weird, but it worked. And then I'm the only person in the family that's continuing doing the gaming and recording and stuff, really. Everybody else is starting families and stuff, and I was like, I'll get to that, but right now, this is what I can do. And how this world is going, I'm scared to bring kids into this world at this point. I'll wait a little bit. All right, test that. All right, and then we need extraction speed upgrades. Oh, I have some. Great. Okay. Step assist is doing this from his armor. Okay, so we got that. Then a little power. Get that going. Are you collecting? Yes, nice. Okay, awesome. I need a capacitor. Ooh, shoot. There we go. I think it's an I shape. Is it? Yeah. Okay. Now, the other thing too, which I was a little afraid of doing, and this is just again me being real. When I first started doing streaming in general, right? At first, I was just streaming to the void and stuff like that, didn't have any specific audience. And then I was thinking, like, well, I am in a, I can say this, I'm a professor, right? So, and the thing is like, I'm probably one of the youngest ones in my department that I work in. And so it's kind of hard to connect with all my other coworkers, so because they're like much older than I am. But the students I teach, they're like relatively closer in age than I am, so they understand all the stuff that I do too. So sometimes they'll jump in, watch the stream too, and some of them like it. So I was like, that's cool. Some of them said that it helps them get through their homework and stuff, just to have me on in the background, and if that helps them, great. That means my job is working. I didn't tell it to pull items out. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, do that. Oh, do that. Yeah, rest on signal. And yes, I do get the occasional student that would jump on and ask homework questions during my stream, and that is fine. You can do that. I'll just deal with that like in chat though. I'm not gonna, record it. Is that it? Okay. Yeah. Yep. There it goes. Awesome. Cool. And that's the one thing that I think I would miss, like if I went to industry, is the community that you build in your class, stuff like that. I would kind of miss that. I don't have a. Ooh, let's move this over. Oh no. I'll be quicker with this because that's gonna fill up really fast. But the other thing I was thinking of, like, okay, what could I do to basically keep the current job that I have? What the heck? But work with more research and stuff like that, and that would be like an assistant professor type thing. But boy, is that tricky to get into if you just do teaching. And I'm not the biggest, how can I say, social person, so the whole like, oh, you gotta know people type of thing is really challenging for me. It really is. So, but anyway, I don't want to bore you guys talking about my real life stuff. But if it's hitting home, or if this is something that, if you were thinking about getting into, I just want to let you guys know what to expect, because I'm the oldest in my family, so I'm the first person to ever go through all of this stuff with degrees and stuff and all that, work related stuff. So there's no example prior to me doing this in the family. So I'm just like the guinea pig, basically. But hopefully what I'm telling you guys is, give some like insight in terms of what to expect. And then if you guys have any career-based questions, related to higher ed and stuff like that too, feel free to send me a message or something like that and I can discuss. All right. Okay, so now we have our ender biotite going. So we have all the parts that we need for our ender crafting that we need. Now, the other issue we're going to run into is that we're going to need space for this again. So I need to make another kind of like room. And I wonder what would be a good space. So the weird thing about ender crafting is that you not only need to make the crafting table, but you got to make these like little machines or devices that need to surround the crafting table to make it go faster. Alternators. All right, so ender crafter and alternator. So you only need one ender crafter really, but the alternator is the thing that you need to make a lot of. And they're easy to make, so just void ingots, eyes of ender. Yeah, same thing here. Okay. That's fine, that's fine. I might just make it here. Let's combine these walls. Let's do that. Actually, I might just tear all this kind of down. Just extend this further out. I know I have all this grass over here, but I need this for future like ingots and stuff to grow. All right, so let's try that. Where did my cobblestone go? Did I leave it? Oh yeah, the other thing I forgot to talk about. Oh, there it is. So I did upgrade, get a better keyboard too, because I don't know if you all saw it or heard in some of my previous episodes. I was having a lot of input lag, and I was like, it can't be like this game giving me that much input lag so often. And it wasn't. It was my keyboard. So I usually use a wireless keyboard, but in this case I was like, no, I think I need a wired one. So got one, and hopefully you're not hearing a lot of the keystrokes. Tried to find one that's really low in sound. All right, so we got that. Ender pouch, yeah, I remember those. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out like where's the best area to build. I want to not build near the mob spawners at all. Don't build near the machines. So I'm thinking, and I know I hate doing this, I might extend over here because this is the quietest area. Yeah, which could work. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Now, after spooky season is done, I'm thinking that what I'm gonna do in terms of games, well, a couple of things I might do. I actually might make like, I don't know, like a poll or something, or just leave like just some suggestions on, well, not suggestions, what I'm trying to say, options in my YouTube channel, like in the post, and just see like were there games that people want to see based on what I have. I was really trying to think about doing more Metroid games. I have not recorded my Metro Prime 1 and 2. Do that. Or I could do Castlevania. A bunch of those. Like Lords of Shadow. I have some of the
server backup started.
NES and Super NES ones. You can see.
Server backup done in 0015. 502.9 megabytes, 2.9 GB.
I might just delete the Erebus. I just thought about that. I could do that. So use up a lot of memory. Okay. Yeah, something like this should work. Also, if someone ever asks what type of professor I am, I'll answer it if someone asks in chat. I'll leave that as a mystery for right now. It was kind of weird though too, because I was on campus and I was approached by an like older lady and man, and I think they were like some sort of like job recruiting type people or whatnot. I don't know what for, but the lady asked me, like, "Excuse me, sir, do you want a part-time job?" And I'm sitting here like, "What?" You know? And then I had to politely let her know, I'm like, "No, I'm a professor here." And she gave me the weirdest look ever. And like, you know, I didn't think it was like offensive or anything like that, but it was like she was like astonished or something like that. It's like, what does that mean? I didn't look into it that much, but she was like, "Man, you look like a student." I was like, "Yeah, I know, I always get that. I wasn't the youngest person." That's because I was the type of person that I went straight through school. Like, I didn't take any breaks. I went, and this might be sounding kind of depressing, but I started kindergarten, you know, and went to every level of school straight through, no breaks, no time off. All the way up to the terminal degree. That's what I did. Because my logic there was like, I'm gonna get old and I'm gonna forget this stuff, so I just want to get it out the way right now. That's why I did it. I'm not trying to be pretentious or anything like that, but that's just what I did. But yeah, anyway, I always get that that thing saying, "Oh, you look so young for what you do." I'm like, yeah, I know. All right. Okay, so I think I'm gonna extend this wall here. And yes, I'm gonna have to get some sponge again and get rid of all this water. One of my coworkers also asked me, and I had to kind of give him some sort of answer. I'm like, "Do you like your job?" I was like, yes. And that's not a good answer, by the way. You really want to try to find a job that you enjoy, you know, going to every day. And pays well, obviously. My job, unfortunately, is becoming customer service, and I don't like that. I worked retail before, at grocery stores, at Lowe's. I've done, and I will tell you this right now: the customer is not always right. I hate that model. Customers are always right. Like, bull crap. Not. The customer is right if you want them to buy something from your store. But then, so I run into that same issue with teaching students, where the customer is always right type of model is seeping into education, which I don't like. Where students are becoming a little too demanding with stuff, as opposed to taking responsibility for stuff. Like, for example, I got like parents complaining to me about assignment due dates. I'm sitting here like, we are at college. It's like, your kid is an adult. They need to, think about time management and responsibility and stuff like that. I'm totally flexible with giving people extensions on stuff when life throws you lemons. I'm totally fine with that. But when people make it a habit to like, okay, you keep extending this and this and this and this, it's like they're not learning anything in terms of like taking responsibility for getting things done on time. And then if that bleeds into their adult life later on with, life related stuff, right? I have, not taught them well in terms of how to be responsible adults. That's what I kind of feel like. So I'm not trying to be mean in terms of not opening assignments, but goodness. Oh, what do I need to do? I guess I could just put this floor in. Yeah, let's see. First, let's get rid of all this wood. I don't need this. The other scary thing was, I tried something new, and for the most part, it was well received. Why is cobblestone not going? Oh, okay. I offer in all of my classes, a Discord channel for all of my students. So if you are a student and you're watching this, you probably already know that I do that. And that was weird, I guess, right? For all the older faculty members, I would say, because they don't know what the heck a Discord is half the time. Not to hate on them or anything like that, but they don't know what it is. And some of them do use Discord too, but not in our department, I don't think. But I offer that for like homework help across disciplines as well. So not only the discipline that I teach. So students can help each other. I can try to help them as well if I have enough background information on it. And we have like students from, previous years, so they can like help incoming freshmen and stuff like that too. So it's actually a really cool community. And I was really scared doing that because I didn't want my job to kind of bleed into my social life a lot, because you can get, I won't say get in trouble, but a lot of people have been in trouble with that. But I wanted to show students that, I'm a person too. I'm not a robot. I do interact. I'm an adult, I'm a respectable adult though. And I like to have a more, casual approach to stuff as opposed to like very stern way of approaching people. And it has worked so far. But I did have some anonymous complaints in the past from someone that never stood up and, talked to me about it. they always go over your head and go to your boss and say like, oh, this person, demanded that we join their Discord. And I was like, that is not required in my class. It's totally optional. Trying to get me in trouble. So people like that ruin this type of thing. But so far, it was something new. I stepped outside of my box and in my comfort zone, and is developing to something good so far. And I wish more professors use stuff like that, as opposed to being like, I hate to say, I don't want to say like the enemy, but that's how it's coming off now. Like educators are becoming like the enemy in the classroom, and I hate that. We're not trying to make people fail or anything like that. At least I'm not. I'm not. Like, I want people to pass, but I'm not gonna spoon feed you everything. I'm not gonna give you all the answers. That's not, you don't learn anything from that. I'm also, I know, I apologize for getting way too real tonight, right? This will be Minecraft. But this is Real Talk with Dr. Pyro Bear, right? So, like I said, I'm not a fan of just giving people an answer. I want them to learn, but I also don't want people to go through the same struggles that I went through directly, because some of them, I never will want someone to go through like how I was raised and stuff like that. All the deficiencies that I had growing up. I don't want people to do that. That's not the point, right, of advancing as a society. At least in my opinion, it's like basically we should help the next generations so they don't make the same mistakes that we did, right? So they can advance, bet further than we have, right? Some people though, they get to this, they jump on this little like pride thing where I had to do all this type of stuff, so you have to do the exact same things and struggle too. I'm like, no, not necessarily. Like, I don't ever want people to be poor, because I grew up very poor. I think it's stupid for us to make somebody grow up poor just because, oh, they have to do the same things we did and struggle. Like, no, society is different. This generation of kids are going through some new things that we didn't have to go through, and it's not fair. That's my stance, right? They shouldn't have to do that. However, they also do have to learn, right, how to be an adult. I was just say that. And that is one thing that I noticed, that balance, right, of understanding that they have to do that and they need help because of how this world is right now is hard. So now you guys know my stance on this type of stuff. Wow, I use all those sponges. Holy crap. Jeez. So I always go according to how my dad always taught us, at least me. He always wanted us to do better than he did in life. So definitely, so far, yes, he's taught me well in terms of that. I kind of want to use that same model, but not just my, biological kids whenever that happens, but for like my students too. I want them to do better than I did. Why am I punching? Yeah, just do that. Jeez. Okay. And so, I hate to say it, but I'm getting into basically my teaching philosophy. But that is a thing that you have to write if you want to do any teaching job. You gotta have one of those. Like I said, being real here, real life stuff. So I think I need to, yeah, let me close this off. That's probably was, yeah. I can breathe underwater now because of the armor. Okay. Oh yeah, the other thing which is really weird is that I had a student one time ask me, they're like, you don't use your title a whole lot, you know, for certain things. And I was like, what do you mean by that? And they're like, well, they're like, you're a doctor, right? I was like, yeah. They're like, well, you need to, you know, let people know this, you know, anytime you have a conversation with them. I was like, I really just don't care about all that stuff. I don't ever want a title to make me better than anybody else. So I don't play that. It takes so long. The only time I ever use the title is if someone's being disrespectful and I need to put them in their place with some things. That's the only time I really would use it. Like outright. Otherwise, I'm just a chill, normal, everyday type of person. And that is basically my approach with teaching. Teach the people in a language that they understand, not the language you understand. Mr. Squid, you're gonna have to move, okay? So I think tonight what I'm just gonna do, I think I'll get the Ender Crafter room kind of set up. Then I'll probably end the episode and then be back either probably Sunday, I would say, because it's Saturday. Well, it depends actually. I don't know how long the company's gonna be over. If they're not over very long, I'll probably make another video. But I'll probably start up Resident Evil 2 Remake first though. But we shall see about that. Oh. Some dirt. Alright, so that kind of closes that up. So now I can kind of localize these sponges better. I think it's on Pigman went. I just saw him come in here. Nice. I mean, yeah, to be honest, I really need to get to making energy condensers, because that'll save a lot of time with anything that has an EMC value. I can quickly make them. But the problem with energy condensers, like I said, energy condensers require this recipe, and they need neutral steel to 7th degree anyway. So same thing that the wand animation needs, neutral steel. And I have to make 2 of these anyway, because you can copy an energy condenser. But the problem is energy condensers require red matter, and red matter, you need to make that from dark matter, and dark matter you make from Aeternalis fuel. Aeternalis fuel requires Mobius fuel and a philosopher's stone, so that's why I need to make a philosopher's stone. Okay, so the only thing with the philosopher's stone that I would need, that I don't currently have a setup for, is good old astral sorcery. So the good thing about astral sorcery though is that it does not really need a room, because I have to do it in the sky. So we could probably work on that next video. Oh yeah, the other thing that I wanted to talk about, was like, I was thinking like, well, if I'm going to change jobs, what can I do, to kind of, like leave at this current job? Because I don't hate this job that I have. It's just, I keep bringing it up, the admin part of it is terrible. I don't like that. Yes, I can work with people, but I struggle sometimes working with, how can I say, the old people. Let's just say that. Or how can I say, people that are like 15 to 20 years older than me. Let's just say that. And that's like everybody at my job. I'm like the youngest person. I don't know what it is. I try, but we just don't connect well on things outside of work. Not even work, to be honest. But I was trying to think like, well, the one thing I always wanted to do, and I kind of started doing this when I first started this job, was like, we need better like protocols in terms of like how to do stuff. Because when I first started, I had to ask a million questions like, how do you do this and how do you do that? And I was like, is there no guide, no recipe book or anything like that to, if this happens, do this, like FAQ something. And maybe that's like the gamer inside of me. Like that's what I would do. Like if you get stuck, what do you do? Or the engineer, I was saying, maybe more so. Or how do you fix it? And there was like no one person dedicated to do that at our job. So fortunately, I had some really cool colleagues that helped me, get started and stuff like that. But that was a big, just like terrible thing that I ran into. I was like, man, it's just lacking what to do and how to do it. So over time, I've been putting together like a document of like, okay, if you need to do this, you do this, and this is how you access it for the next person. I think that'd be really helpful. It is good to learn how to do certain things, but if nobody knows how to do it, that's a problem. And that happens a lot. And then, at work, you get people that have been there for 20 years. And then, of course, you know, obviously they think they know everything. And I don't know what it is. It might just be a person by person basis, but sometimes they just don't want to help. It's almost like they just want you to say, oh, you just figure it out. I'm like, wow, okay, great. I shall do that. And again, that is the whole thing of like, I struggle, so you should struggle too, you know, type of thing. And I don't condone that at all. Again, I understand that you shouldn't always spoon feed people stuff because you don't absolutely learn stuff. But if I'm on like a committee or something like that and I don't understand how to access certain files, but you do, and we have a deadline, help me out here, you know, type of thing. That's what I'm talking about. Because I would definitely help a person out if the shoe was in the other foot. Like, we ain't got time to be struggling like this. Let's just get the task done. And then later, like if you want to learn how to do something, some advanced type of thing, sure, I can show you how to do it. The other thing, which always just is one of my biggest pet peeves, is when admin asks me to do something and they don't give me a time frame in terms of when the task needs to be done. I'm sitting here like, okay, you want me to do this thing and there's no due date? Like, come on. Like, I have other things to do in life, and I'm a very like schedule like person. Like, you should see my office and how many post-it notes there are. Holy crap. But that's just my personality. Like, I gotta write it down. I gotta know so I can plan ahead of time. Because, like, for example, I want to stream, right? Like, I gotta prioritize. I have to do laundry. I have to cook dinner. Like, I'm not married currently. I do all that stuff, you know, around the house. Like, I have to be both people. Cook dinner, I have to take care of the amnals, as I call them, Miss Kitty. They're like my fur babies. Yep. So I was like, I always tell people at work, I was like, it'd be greatly appreciated if you just tell me when you need this done, so I can give it to you. So if you run into this same issue at work too, and hopefully this is ringing some bells, right? Because man, and that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking. I mean, like, I like my job. I don't like the admin part of it. Like, I just don't. It's a hot mess. And these are like adults that you're like older adults that you're working with. And this, oh my goodness, I'm not gonna say any names, but there's one person that at work that really hates on anything. Anytime I bring up video games, and I'm sitting here like, they think that video games are like the devil, basically, and a huge distraction. I'm sitting here like, a number of times I've learned things from games, how to basically solve puzzles and problems and stuff like that. I guess they don't see that part of video games. They only see, like, you know, shooting things and wasting time and all that type. So that's a very old person way of thinking about it. That's it. But man, this game itself that I'm playing right now is testament to like learning how to, you know, solve problems and puzzles and stuff. But yeah. Anyway, sorry. This is supposed to be Minecraft. You know, you know what? I should probably make a podcast saying, you know, keeping it real with Dr. Pyro Bear. That's what I can say. Just make a podcast of that. And then talk about real life stuff, maybe. Because, yes, that is a conversation we need to have.
Server backup started. Server backup done in 0013. 502.9 megabytes, 2.9 GB.
You know what? Actually, what I should probably do is just work on the Philosopher's Stone stuff. I know I said I was going to make the Ender stuff, but I think the Philosopher's Stone is probably a little more important at this point. I have to do both, regardless, but oh yeah, like I got so distracted with work one time. Like I neglected my other pet babies, so I keep I guess you could say professional aquarium, freshwater aquarium. So I have like a 55-gallon aquarium that I keep freshwater fish in and stuff. And I have live plants and stuff, and that does take some maintenance, especially like if you want to have live plants in it. It's a lot of work with that. So today I was like, finally had some time to do it, and I looked in there, I was like, oh my gosh, I had so much plant growth, I couldn't even see my fish. I was like, oh my goodness. And then I cleared all that out today, you know, reorganized a lot of the driftwood and furniture stuff in there, and I was like, holy crap, I have a lot of fish. And they've had kids in there, so I have a lot more fish now. I was like, oh my gosh. And I felt terrible because I was like, I should have did this maintenance a long time ago. But I do have other pets, and one of my, again, coworkers asked me, like, why do you have so many animals? Are you coping or something? I was like, no, I like animals. That's why I have animals. They always think it's something wrong with you. I have my cat, obviously. You guys probably have heard her. She's the queen of the castle, and I've had her for 14 years now. So she's going. The nicest cat ever. She's like the type of cat that always wants to lay on you, you know, at night to go to bed. Like right now, she's like right on my feet, and she's wanting me to go to sleep. And that's too early. It's only 11:45 for me. But yeah, best kitty. Then I also have the fish, and I've been keeping fish since I was like, oh man, probably like 10 years old or something like that. And I like breeding fish, so like and learning how they, you know, keep their kids, if they do or not, how to raise them. So I go beyond just like, you know, keeping guppies and stuff like that. Like I have I've bred angelfish and had a small business with that at some point. I did. I might go back to doing that. I've bred beta Siamese fighting fish before, like zebra danios, things like that, like egg layers and live breeders. So I have lots of experience with that, and raising the kids. That's two different things, and it is a process. And if anybody ever wants to know how to do that, let me know, because it's a really cool learning type of experience. So those are the aquatic babies I have, and then also have birds. So I have parakeets. I always wanted other birds, but I don't think with the place that I'm currently living at, people would appreciate if I had bigger birds, because it'd be too loud. So I'm gonna wait. Then the only other fur baby that I have is a dwarf rabbit, and I don't know. I've always loved rabbits. When I was little, my mom used to work for. She worked at the same school that we went to, and she just worked as like a teacher's aide. I guess she just wanted to be close to us and stayed and worked at the school that we went to school for. And we had in the classroom there was a pet rabbit, and we were responsible for taking care of it over winter break. And we fell in love with rabbits after that, and so I've always had a rabbit or two. They are cute, but they can be little destructos every once in a while. So yeah, and that's really about it in terms of the animals. I don't have a whole lot of any of the animals that I have, but I like my brother. But I've also not officially owned, but I've taken care of dogs before too. I love the puppers. I love them. So I'm just overall an animal guy. I love them all. Now, my brother also loves animals, but he gets into the world of reptiles and stuff, and amphibians, and kind of like that area. But like I like bearded dragons and stuff like that, but he has snakes and things like that too, and I'm like, nope, sorry, I can't do it. My ultimate goal with like the fish keeping stuff is I always wanted to get discus and raise them and sell their kids and stuff to like local pet stores and stuff like that. But getting discus alone is a ordeal, and then also trying to figure out their gender, because a lot of fish, if you all don't know, I forgot the official name of it, but usually you can't tell the gender of the fish just by looking at it. For a lot of fish in the animal kingdom, the general rule is females are often larger and less colorful. Males are smaller and more colorful, usually, but lots of exceptions exist. Discus, just like their cousins, angelfish, are almost impossible to tell male from female just from looking at them. Some people claim that they can, experts. I don't see no difference, really. I don't look really hard. They're not like guppies and platies and mollies where there is a definite like appendage on males that you can tell that, oh, yep, that's a male. But on like egg layers, it's kind of hard to tell usually, unless they have like that dimorphism where the males and females are like drastically different. Like betas, for example, like Siamese fighting fish. So like the fish you have in a cup, betas are like the males are the ones you usually see in a cup, right? Because they actually will kill each other if you have more than one male together. Females, you put a ton of them together. So I was like, what's going on, dudes? What's happening? And male betas, for example, they usually have a lot more color, a lot more extravagant finnage, stuff like that. Females, really short fins, usually matted colors, smaller actually, but it depends on the species of beta too. Like there's so many different types of beta. But discus and angelfish though, you don't see any of that. Males can look just like a female. The only time you know is when they breed. Females, they fill with eggs and males don't. And that's the only time you know. The other problem with discus, I know this is getting to fish talk, they're super expensive. So like they're technically called like the kings and queens of the aquarium. And one discus, like let's say a mature adult, can probably usually runs about like $80 a fish. And if you want them to breed, you have to keep a community of them so they can pair off. And they act like ducks. So once they find a mate, they usually stay together for life. And if you can get that to happen, you are set, right? Just keep them alive, high protein diet usually. That's a whole other problem, but I'm not gonna get into that tonight. But yeah, so they're really cool though, to have and take care of and stuff like that. So you can obviously tell that is one of my loves. Love keeping fish. Always have. You know what? I'm just gonna fill this in. I'm not gonna play around with sponges. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. But yeah, that's one of my goals in life. The problem is, with keeping fish in general, though, is that you technically don't want to move the aquariums often at all, really, if possible. So I have not got to the point in life where I'm set in stone with my job and living location. So I'm not about to buy, like, I don't know, 10 discus fish, $800, and then try to keep them alive while I'm still being technically like a nomad, looking for jobs and stuff. Ain't gonna happen. Not right now. But just to give you an idea of like how you can basically make bank with breeding fish. So I did this with angelfish before, right? When I was actually in grad school, it helped as supplemental income. Cause you don't get paid a lot as a grad student. And get out of here, squid, please. I'm doing work. I'm trying to talk to the peoples. So once you can find a breeding pair of angelfish, they also act like discus. They breed for life. And they take care of the kids, usually. Not always. Angelfish can have about anywhere from like 200 to 400 kids every spawn. That's a lot. That's a lot of babies, right? And then if you can raise the babies to the size of like a quarter, like actual like coin quarter, like their body diameter is about that big, you can usually sell them for about $4 or $5 to a pet store or local person that wants to buy them. So do the math, right? And then the thing is, like I said, they breed like ducks, and as soon as the kids leave the nest, guess what? They will make more kids, and they keep making more kids. That's their end goal. They keep doing it forever. As long as no kids are around, the kids leave for college, they make more kids, basically. So, yeah, you can make a very lucrative business, especially if you have a rare species of angelfish like koi angels or metallic blue or something like that. I did it with pure black angelfish. So that really helped around grad school time because, yeah, not gonna go into the details of that. But I might want to go back to it. But again, you need a good setup. You gotta keep everything clean. Lots of water changes. You have to feed the babies. You have to hatch sea monkeys to feed them, which are brine shrimp. That's the process. Until they can eat flake food. And you can accidentally kill all of your babies off if you don't feed the correct part of the brine shrimp right to the fish. Brine shrimp are they hatch from eggs, and they're really, really tiny. They're not microscopic, but they're super tiny. And problem is their eggshells that they leave are not digestible by the babies, so the baby angels. So the baby angels eat them, and baby angels don't care. They'll just eat whatever. The little like hard shells will get stuck in their stomachs and they can't pass it and they just die. So it's a tragic thing, and from experience, yeah, I learned that the hard way. So yeah, so if you want to learn fish talk, I'm willing to talk about it. And I'm willing to learn too, so I'm still learning stuff. I don't do fancy setups and all that type of stuff or things like that, so I don't go to fish shows or whatever. I don't like that type of stuff. I'm a huge DIY person. Make it work. Sure, you can make it look pretty, but make it work. Make it make sense. That's what I usually would do. This water is annoying because I can't use my builder's wand on it. Old school building. Okay. The other thing that I can have a discussion on is cooking. I do a lot of cooking. Because I was like an only child for like a couple years, and then learned a lot of stuff from mom. And my brother showed up. Right. Then that, competition started, right? As always. In later years, it's kind of weird how like you learn certain things from your parents as you get older and stuff like that. Like I learned a lot of basic stuff from mom, and then as I got older, a lot of world stuff from dad, a lot of car stuff from dad, a lot of car stuff. He loved cars. I'm not a huge car nut. I don't really get into it. But I did feel my dad's frustration though, because he was the type of person that he loved to work on the cars as opposed to taking them to a shop. And he did a pretty darn good job on it, but the newer cars, it was so hard to just access the parts, and stuff like some of these new cars, you have to take the entire engine out just to get to spark plugs. I was like, what? Shouldn't have to do that. That's exaggerating, but it's close though to it. Okay, so this is gonna be a good region to do this. Okay. Alrighty, so I should just probably make a chest just for like philosopher stone stuff. What time is it? Ooh. Alright, I have to think about this though. It's midnight here, and I really need to go and finish tidying up my place. So what I might do, yeah, let's just make the ender crafters. I know I'm really indecisive tonight. I'm sorry. This is some. The ender crafters would be the less intense to work with tonight. But yeah, tonight was just, chat about real world stuff and learn more about Pyro Bear, I guess. And, since I've kind of, explained kind of my job, that's also the reason why I don't use a cam, because I don't want people going to see what I look like, figure out where I work, all that type of stuff. There's enough information already that people have. Okay, so let's do this back up. The stone. Oh, squealing. Alright, so we need to make a crap ton of ender alternators though. So void ingots, got plenty of that. Well, I can make it, iron and ender pearls. Then I need to make Eyes of Ender. So stack that. Okay. Alternators. Yep, that's probably good enough of them. Now I need to make an Ender Crafter. I might actually make a couple, to be honest. Eyes of Ender. It's good to have like 2 or 3 running making stuff. And I don't know. I don't know if you can automate them or not. Crafting table. And I'm getting a little hungry too. Sure. There we go. All right. Oh yeah, that's right. I was like, why did I complete that? How did I complete this? Okay, so what I typically do is I do like a... I think I put these in the floor. To be honest. You should make like a 10 by 10 type of thing. 6, 7, 10. That running water is gonna get to me. So let me oh yeah, I almost forgot to tell you guys. So I will try out some new music, some spooky Halloween music, from one of my favorite like music not composers, I guess. What do you call them? People that make music. Developers? I don't know. White Bat Audio. They're really cool. I love them. I just want to give them the correct credit and stuff like that. They just made some really cool Halloween music. So shout out to them. So I'll probably play some of that on one of my craft streams here coming up here. I wonder if I can do this. Let's see. Yeah, I can. I mean, I have them in my inventory. Yeah, they are a block. Okay. So you should do that, and then I'll put like a little walkway or my Ender Crafter like in the middle somewhere. Oh yeah, because it's like 10 by 10. Yeah, cool. And then kind of do. I'm about to make some more, aren't I? Yep. And I don't want these in the front to get blocked, so. I know this looks excessive, but the more of those things you have, the faster the Ender crafting goes. That's the general rule. Oh yeah, just make some. I need to make more void ingots. Yeah, another thing, I do need to update my schedule in Twitch. So by default, I usually have modded Minecraft just like every day in there, because if I have the time, I'll just jump on and do modded Minecraft. But with spooky season upon us, that's the word. I will add like the Resident Evil games in between these streams, basically. So Twitch doesn't have like an easy way to kind of just say like, yeah, only this week I want to do this game and so on and so forth. I need to make more. Dang it. Good thing I have 1,000,000 ender pearls, right? When I was playing through Resident Evil 2 and 1, I was really concerned about the music that was in the game, because I have no idea if those old games still have copyright issues with like the end music or anything, the credits music. I have no idea, but it doesn't look like it. I think it should be good. But you never know with Capcom and Nintendo and stuff like that. Okay, and then cover this so I can just like, I walk in and I can just do some crafting in here. Cool. I think that's it. Now let's test it out. So yeah, what's I gonna do with this? Black iron ingot, right. So I'm definitely just gonna put like a barrel here. Actually, no, a chest. Actually, a chest and a barrel. Let's do both. Because I need to make a lot of black iron ingots. I might even make a little mini farm of iron, ender biotite, and jade over here, because I need to make so much of it. Right now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put one here. Barrels here. Okay. Let's go make us some black iron ingots. So I need jade, biotite, and iron. Okay. All right. And then I can start all 4 of these up. Basically, just 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna turn on the particles too, so you all can see what this looks like. It is a really cool looking thing. Nice. It's not hitting these. Okay. So I can probably take out this first row. So those aren't working. So there's kind of like a minimum. Okay, that's fine. So actually all these in the front here aren't being. So we'll switch it back a little bit.
Server backup started. Server backup done in 0013. 502.9 megabytes, 2.9 GB.
That works. Yeah, so even the floor ones are working. But yeah, so how fast that was, it actually already made like full stacks of black iron. Yep. What's that? Now, I want to experiment with something real quick because I might be able to automate this. No, I don't know, actually. No, because it'll keep filling up the table. I think that's fine. I don't need to automate this area. But 8 to spare. Nice. Okay. But yeah, we'll need a lot of this stuff to make. Basically, we're here, right? So these types of crafting components, that's what we need to make. Because you need to make the crafting components to start making the extended crafting tables. So we're all the way down here. Inside. So that's where we're working at. So yeah, we got to get down to, I think, 7x7 crafting for the one animation, I believe, and the Philosopher's Stone. Let's see. Oh no, it needs tier 4 actually, so just higher than that. And then yeah, so this one only needs 7x7 crafting. So the Philosopher's Stone needs a step up. So yeah, that's what we will do next time. And that's, so basically that's how Ender crafting works. You just put items in those. You have to put all these alternators around them. They don't need power or anything like that. You just put the correct recipe in there and it just goes. And that went really fast, making a whole stack. So cool. So guys, I think I'm going to leave that here. This area is going to start to fill up a lot more with crafting, and I think I might put the neutral steel farm in here to get all those different tiers of like neutral steel, because I have to do a lot of that. And then somewhere above this area, I'm gonna do astral sorcery. It's just gonna be like some stair steps up, way up and high up into the sky. So we're gonna do that as well. And then of course, like I said, the plan for my next stream will probably be the Resident Evil 2 remake on the PS4. So I gotta dust off the old PS4, charge my controllers, make sure the game works, talks to, you know, OBS and all that type of stuff. I still gotta do all that. And do a test stream, and then I will officially stream. And I probably won't do that until like Sunday or Monday. So we'll see. So hopefully that you guys were able to watch this stream. I'll post this on the YouTubes. Hopefully it wasn't a whole lot of pixel tearing and stuff. I apologize if that is still happening. I'm at my, wit's end in terms of trying to figure that out and edit all the graphical settings and stuff. It's just a nightmare. Ultimately, is my internet. It's probably just ridiculous. But I looked up the speed and it's decently fast, high-speed internet, but I don't know. And it's only Minecraft that I have that problem with so far. So I'll see if I can edit it more and fix it. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next stream. See you later.